Hit.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be going over my latest can, which is the Huxwrx Flow 556K, and how it compares to my first can, the Huxwrx HXQD 556, and then my second can, the Huxwrx Flow 762 Ti. So the HXQD 556 was my first rifle can. I got this or put on an order back in 2022. This was, at the time, the latest can that Huxwrx had out. In fact, I think they were even OSS. Nope, I got a Huxwrx stamp on there. It was right after they changed the Huxwrx from OSS. Now, I chose this can over the titanium version. This one's made out of steel because I wanted something that was going to be a little bit more durable. I thought about getting a 30 cal can at the time, but the HXQD 30 cal can is quite a bit bigger than the 556. Ultimately, I went with this. Shortly after I bought this can and got the approval, probably like 2 months, they came out with the Flow 556K. The Flow 556K is a 3D printed steel can. And allegedly it was a lot quieter than the HXQD 556. And not only is it allegedly quieter, but it is really smaller and a lot lighter. You know, it is what it is. I ended up going and getting the Flow 762, which just came out a few months after the 556K. And, you know, I'd heard great things about this. And all the reviews said that it was even quieter than the 556K, so which ultimately why I ended up going with it. So getting back to just the Flow 556K, well, I do use the other two cans on all of my 556 guns. Obviously, I use the 762 Ti on my AKs as well, but I did want something that was a little bit smaller and also a little bit lighter for all of my guns that have barrels longer than 14.5 inches. I know lots of people run these on their Mark 18s, 11.5s, 12.5s, and whatnot. But I do hear that these things are a little bit louder on the shorter guns. And, you know, I had been running this one can, the Flow 762, being the lighter weight on my longer guns as well. But, you know, if I'm running it on my AK at the time, I'm not going to be able to run it on my other gun. I mean, yeah, sure, I can swap them around. But, you know, this is also a larger diameter, and it is quite a bit longer. As you can see, the Flow 556K is 5.5 inches long, where the Flow 762 is around like 6.7. No, it's very similar size to the HXQD. So, again, 14.5 inch barrel gun. I have 16 and an 18. I wanted to have a shorter one, so I went ahead and purchased one. Got it through Silencer Shop. Got approval in 6 days. It literally took about 3 times longer for Silencer Shop from time of purchase to actually getting to my FFL to certify than it did for the ATF to approve. These are the crazy times that we live in. But just real quick, you know, one of the big things, you know, I already talked about the length. Let's talk about the weight of these three cans. So granted, this has got several hundred rounds through it, so it's going to be a little bit heavier than when it started. But as you see, it is 1.26 pounds or 18.6 ounces. The Flow 556K is 12.1 ounces. And then the 762 Ti is a scantily clad 10.8 ounces. So quite a bit lighter, even though it's a bit larger. And that's just because of the materials. Titanium, steel. So shooting impressions, took it out today for the first time. I shot it on my Mark 18. I shot it on my wife's new 12.5 build, 14.5, and then also an 18. So pretty decent size range between them to tell the difference. I did create a short that showed me shooting all of them, the 3 different cans across all the 4 different guns. I'm going to put a link down in the description because it was shot long ways up and down. So if I drop it in the video now, it's going to look really wonky. So please go hit the description, see the link of shooting them side by side. But just speaking to it, sure enough, I will say, you know, I don't know why people say, and even Pew Science said that this can was super quiet. On my shorter guns, on the 10.3 and the 12.5, it was not that quiet. it was noticeably louder than the other two cans. Getting up to 14.5 and then the 18, that's where you really started to notice the difference. Still not as quiet as the other two cans, but it serves a purpose for which I bought it for, and that's to have a suppressor on my longer guns, 14.5 inches and up. So that's about it for this video. I know there's already lots of good information, more detailed information on this can, along with the other two cans out there on the interwebs. Just kind of wanted to give my insight and my opinion on them, since this is new to me and I do have the other two to compare to it. So again, please go check out the description, watch the YouTube short comparison, but all three of these cans across 4 different barrel lengths. And then, as always, if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, share it as much as you'd like. Definitely really appreciate that. Recently crossed the 3,000 subscriber line, so appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one.